All eyes are on me because I can speak to dolphins.
Down. When you need me, you come around. Like molasses sour in the water as my tongue. You don't want me seeing red, but I paint pictures with the silence in my head. I found something strange in the way you call my name. You call my name. All my homies, they have told me should've listened. Such a sucker for a ultraviolet girl, you're slowly killing. Been figured it out, but I'll kill my sanity for you. And my mama, she had told me it's always the best friend. I've come to my wits' end, just trying to pretend that you would try to screw me with that move you really threw me. I turned into a phantom and I sunk into the wall. Blood evaporated with the Russian taste of menthol. I had to paint your face with my anger, but all I got was a broken wrist and some fucking missed calls. I found something strange in the way you call my name. My hands are stained blue. Found something strange in the way that you call my name.
I guess it could be a mixture of like R&B, alternative R&B, and some like jazzy type essentials. Even though my music isn't necessarily jazz, I think my voice makes it very like old-timey sounding, I've been told. So I'd categorize it that way. Well, my creative process honestly is just everyday life. So pretty much everything that I write is so emotionally driven that I just take from like my real life experiences and things that I need to heavily process, and I just start writing. It could be like literally anywhere. I'm in the car swerving and shit, just typing on my phone because like it needs to come out, and sometimes I just fucking forget. Living in New York honestly is really hectic. I'm not a fan of the city at all. Way too congested, and being a natural introvert, I grew up upstate, so I'm just like a woodland creature. Honestly, that's where I feel most at home, but the city's definitely a great place to do music and get yourself out there. So it's been very, very like fundamental in my process. Definitely Amy Winehouse. I get like, She just has this breath to her that I feel like I haven't gotten from any other artist in a long time. It's just so honest and raw, and I just really want to emulate that. Maybe not necessarily her exact writing style, but just the heart and like the soul she put into her writing is something that I think about a lot. Songwriting rituals, I don't really have any. I feel like I'm very normal. If I just feel something and I write it down. Pretty much most of my life I've had social anxiety, like to a severe point where I couldn't leave my house, I couldn't look myself in the mirror, I was wearing shorts and I was embarrassed to show my legs. So like being in the music industry, you kind of have to be out there. So I'd like force myself to be more extroverted and get into more like situations where like I need to learn how to talk to people. My first single was literally like so random. I wrote it in a really shitty time in my life. I fought with my ex-girlfriend. We like got into a physical fight, I broke my wrist, and I just like felt like I had to write something, and then my friend heard it, he's like, yo, just drop it. Okay, I dropped it, and like months later, like maybe 2 or 3 months, like I was just getting like bombarded with emails from like everywhere, like different A&Rs and producers, and I think like after that, it opened my eyes, and I was like, wow, I think I really can do music, and that has been just like a whirlwind for me. That was literally the best thing that ever happened to me, dropping the first one. Earliest music memory, I went to the Jonas Brothers concert. I was like absolutely, utterly obsessed with the Jonas Brothers. I had a whole wall dedicated to them. It was a little much. But that was like when I first saw like people on stage. I'm like, oh, this is cool. I kind of want to do that. And then Demi Lovato came out, and that was like a whole like revelation as well. What inspires me, I guess, is myself. I think like a bunch of artists, without it, like you just feel like nothing. I feel like I have no purpose. And I grew up like super anxious, super shy, and like all depressed and stuff. But I think once I found music, I felt like I had a purpose, and that just like pushes me every day to want to do it, because I feel like there's nothing else really for me anymore other than that. What I want my music to provide, I guess it's a sense of clarity in like really complex times and emotions that people go through. I try to be like as honest in my music as possible, and I hope that people can see themselves in that and feel like they're obviously not alone in like this thing that we all experience, but in a way that hits them much different than a lot of other music could. What's next right now? I think I'm just like recording a lot, and we're working towards a project. So that's definitely on the horizon for right now. I'm Shane Garcia, and you're tuned in to Ones to Watch.